February 13th, 2026. Let me tell you about the weirdest financial breakthrough I ever had. I opened 3 bank accounts on the same Tuesday morning in 2020, and it completely changed my relationship with money. Not because of interest rates. Not because of some fancy investment strategy. But because of something so simple, so obvious, that I'm honestly embarrassed it took me 29 years to figure out. Here's what happened. I was sitting in my apartment in Brooklyn, staring at my checking account. I had $42,000 saved up. Sounds good, right? Wrong. That money had been sitting there for 11 months. $42,000, just existing. Not growing, not working, just taking up digital space while I convinced myself I was being responsible by not spending it. My buddy Marcus called me that morning. He just bought his second rental property. Meanwhile, I'm sitting on cash like a dragon hoarding gold. Except dragons don't pay inflation tax. Marcus said something that hit different. Dude, your money doesn't know what it's supposed to do. You're treating $42,000 like it's all the same dollar. That's when it clicked. I was committing the cardinal sin of wealth building. I had one big pile of money with multiple jobs, and none of those jobs were getting done well. Think about it. That $42,000 was supposed to be my emergency fund, my investment capital, my opportunity fund, and my peace of mind money all at once. It's like hiring one person to be your chef, your driver, your accountant, and your personal trainer. Nobody's that good, so I did something radical. I went to my bank's website and opened 2 more checking accounts. Free accounts. Took me maybe 8 minutes total. Then I divided my money into 3 specific buckets, each with one crystal clear job. And over the next 6 years, this stupidly simple system turned that $40,000 into $890,000. Let me break down the 3-account system that changed everything. Account 1. The Fortress. This is your emergency fund, and it has exactly one job. Keep you from making desperate decisions. Here's what most people get wrong. They either keep too much in emergency savings or too little, or worst of all, they keep it mixed with everything else so they can't tell if they're dipping into survival money or investment money. I put $15,000 into account 1. That covered 6 months of basic expenses. Rent, food, utilities, insurance. Not my current lifestyle, my survival lifestyle. Here's the key. This money is dead to you. It doesn't exist unless there's blood in the water. Lost your job? Fortress opens. Medical emergency? Fortress opens. Want to invest in crypto because your cousin says it's going to the moon? Fortress stays locked. This account gave me something more valuable than money. It gave me courage. Because when you know you can survive 6 months without income, you can take calculated risks everywhere else. You can negotiate harder. You can walk away from bad deals. You can invest aggressively because you're not betting your survival. Account 2. The War Chest. This is where things get interesting. I put $20,000 here, and this account had one mission: multiply. This is your attack capital. The money that goes to war in the markets, in business opportunities, in assets that generate returns. I set up automatic transfers. 70% of this account went into index funds every single month, specifically VTI and VXUS, a simple 2-fund portfolio. The remaining 30% stayed liquid for opportunities. Here's what happened that first year. The market did its thing, up and down, but because I had the Fortress protecting my downside, I never panicked. When March 2020 hit and the market dropped, I didn't sell. I bought more, used $2,000 from the liquid 30%. That $2,000 is worth almost $8,000 today. Meanwhile, the index fund portion just kept compounding. $20,000 became $28,000 in year 1. $28,000 became $41,000 in year 2. By year 6, that $20,000 had grown to over $300,000, even accounting for the money I pulled out for opportunities. But here's the secret sauce. Because this money was separate, I could track its performance exactly. I knew my true investment returns. I wasn't fooling myself by mixing investment gains with saved income. The war chest was pure wealth multiplication, and watching it grow became addictive in the best way. Account 3. The Amplifier. This is the account nobody tells you about. I put $7,000 here initially, and this account had the most important job of all: make more money obsolete. Let me explain. The Amplifier is your skill building and income acceleration fund. This is money specifically earmarked for things that increase your earning power. Online courses, certifications, books, Conferences. That side business you've been thinking about. Networking dinners with people 2 levels above you. In year 1, I spent $3,200 from the Amplifier on a digital marketing certification and building a freelance website. That investment generated an extra $12,000 in freelance income that year. I put $10,000 of that 12 back into the war chest. See how this works? The Amplifier isn't an expense account. It's a leverage account. Every dollar here should have one goal: generate multiple dollars back. If it doesn't have a clear ROI, it doesn't come from the Amplifier. Want a new laptop? Only comes from the Amplifier if it directly increases your income. Otherwise, it comes from regular cash flow. By year 3, I'd used the Amplifier to start a small consulting practice on the side. Cost me $4,000 in setup costs, software, and initial marketing. That practice generated $68,000 in revenue over the next 3 years, with $42,000 in pure profit that went straight to the war chest. Here's what makes this system powerful. It creates a wealth flywheel. The fortress gives you courage to take risks. The war chest takes those risks and compounds them. The Amplifier creates more fuel for the war chest. Round and round it goes, each account feeding the others. Now let's talk about the psychology, because that's where this really gets interesting. When you have one big account, every dollar feels the same. Should I invest this $1,000, or keep it for emergencies, or use it to learn a new skill? You're paralyzed by optionality. But when you have 3 accounts with 3 clear jobs, decisions become obvious. Emergency fund is full? Every extra dollar passed that goes to war chest or Amplifier. Got a skill building opportunity? Check the Amplifier balance. Want to invest in a stock? That's war chest territory, and you can see exactly how much attack capital you have available. Here's how you set this up today. Step 1. Calculate 6 months of survival expenses. Not comfortable expenses. Survival. Rent, food, basic utilities, minimum insurance. For most people, this is between $10,000 and $20,000. That's your fortress target. Step 2. If you have savings right now, split it. Put enough in the fortress to cover 3 months immediately. You'll build to 6 months over time. Put the rest in your war chest to start. Don't wait until the fortress is full to start investing. That's another trap. Step 3. Set up automatic transfers. This is critical. Every paycheck, money flows to all 3 accounts automatically. For me, it looked like this: 15% of net income to fortress until it hit target, then that 15% redirected to war chest. 25% of net income straight to war chest, every single month, no exceptions. 5% to Amplifier, specifically for skill building and income acceleration. The remaining 55% covered living expenses and lifestyle. Step 4. Name your accounts. This sounds stupid, but it works. I literally named them Fortress, War Chest, and Amplifier in my banking app. Every time I logged in, I saw those names. It reinforced the purpose. Money isn't just money anymore. It's a soldier with a specific mission. Step 5. Review quarterly, not daily. Check your fortress once a quarter to make sure it still covers 6 months. Check your war chest performance quarterly, not daily. The daily checking will make you crazy and lead to emotional decisions. Check your Amplifier monthly to evaluate ROI on your skill investments. Let me tell you what happened to my $42,000 using this system. Year 1. Grew to $58,000 across all 3 accounts. The fortress stayed stable at $15,000. War chest grew from $20,000 to $31,000. Amplifier turned $7,000 into $12,000 through freelance income. Year 2. Total hit $94,000. War chest was at $52,000. Freelance income pumped more into the system. Year 3. Crossed $160,000. The consulting practice launched. War chest compounding accelerated. By year 6, 2026, total system value $893,000. The fortress still sits at $15,000, untouched, doing its job silently. The war chest grew to $740,000 through index investing and opportunity deployment. The Amplifier account has cycled through over $100,000 in total, each dollar invested in skills generating $3 to $5 back in increased income. But here's what really changed: my relationship with money. I stopped seeing dollars as static things to save or spend. I started seeing them as soldiers with missions. Some soldiers guard the fort. Some soldiers attack and conquer new territory. Some soldiers train and recruit more soldiers. When you think like this, wealth building stops being about deprivation and starts being about deployment. The 3-account system works because it aligns with how your brain actually functions. You can't tell one pile of money to do 3 different jobs. But you can tell 3 piles of money to each do one job perfectly. It's the same reason you don't store your clothes, your food, and your tools all in one giant container. Separation creates clarity. Clarity creates action. Action creates wealth. So here's my challenge to you. Before this video ends, open 2 new free accounts. Takes 10 minutes maximum. Give them names. Give them missions. Then move your money accordingly. Don't overthink the exact percentages. Just separate survival money from attack money from amplification money. That separation alone will change how you think about every financial decision you make from this moment forward. 6 years ago, I was sitting on $42,000 of confused money. Today, I've got $890,000 of purposeful capital, and the system is still running, still compounding, still working while I sleep. The difference wasn't luck, wasn't timing, wasn't some secret investment. It was understanding that money without a mission is just sitting there dying slowly to inflation, but money with a clear purpose becomes a wealth-building machine. 3 accounts, 3 missions, 1 decision that changes everything.